Tonight we report on the arrest of an off-duty Grant County Sheriff's deputy, and school vaccination standards are changing for next school year. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Thanks, Alan. Moses Lake baseball splits with Eastmont, and the Jacks pick up their 5th straight win on the pitch. Let's take a peek at our Weather Center forecast.
Good to be with you, everybody. Pretty quiet weather, some cloud cover across the area, but a disturbance moves into the area. I'll bring you all the details in just a few moments.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFiber One News.
From the iFiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber One News, and it starts now.
An off-duty Grant County Sheriff's Office deputy was arrested Sunday after fleeing his Quincy home following a domestic dispute involving his 18-year-old stepson. According to the Grant County Sheriff's Office, the Quincy police first responded to the home following a domestic violence call. Deputy Corey Linscott, a 36-year-old Quincy resident, reportedly fled the home before Quincy police arrived. Officers found Linscott's stepson and his mother leaving the home. The Moses Lake Regional Tactical Response Team responded as police were unsure if Linscott was still inside. Linscott reportedly returned to the home about 2 hours after the initial call and was arrested for assault in the 4th-degree domestic violence in an alley behind the home without incident. The Quincy Police Department is investigating, and the Grant County Sheriff's Office is conducting an internal investigation. The Central Washington University Wildcats held a scrimmage in Moses Lake on Saturday, at the same time showing their support for New Hope Domestic Violence Services. Reporter Jeff Chu has the details.
The Central Washington University Wildcats football team put on a scrimmage at Moses Lake's Lions Field, showing their support for New Hope Domestic Violence, Sexual Assault, and Crime Victim Services. Carolyn Pence, New Hope director, said the first-time Saturday night event was intended to be less about football and more about awareness.
Central Washington University wanted to team up with the local community to show the players, my understanding, to show the players what impact they can have at the local level. And I must say, this group of young men that are out there on the field right now have already made a positive impact on our community for the short time they've been here. The scrimmage is an opportunity for the players to do their thing and the coaches to kind of play, but also for New Hope to be able to receive donations for their domestic violence shelter and for services for their clients.
During the scrimmage, the voice of Moses Lake High School Chiefs, Mike Love, announced facts about domestic violence and how New Hope can help.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you know New Hope Advocates provide outreach services in Manawa, Quincy, Grand Coulee, and Buffalo?
Pence said domestic violence and sexual assault are real problems in Grant County.
We see over 400 new clients every year. It happens 24/7, 365. It's more of a problem than we're probably aware of because people don't want to report it. It's not something people want to talk about.
While players worked out in scrimmage, New Hope representatives accepted donations and shared information.
Did you know abusive relationships are not abusive 100% of the time?
I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
The Moses Lake School District is facing a shortage of teachers. Superintendent Michelle Price said the district is actively looking to increase the number of teachers as districts throughout the state are struggling to fill gaps in their faculties. The district is pursuing teaching candidates both in and out of the state, and representatives have been attending job fairs throughout the year. Board member and the district's legislative liaison, Vicki Groff, said it's no surprise that there aren't enough available teachers with the mandates for reduced class sizes through Initiative 1351 and the McCleary decision. Price said despite the public's demand for smaller classes, the educational infrastructure might not be able to meet the demand because of the implied disdain for teachers and the public education system as a whole. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be back right after this.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
Just when I thought the blizzard couldn't get any better, DQ put the blizzard inside a waffle cone. This is mind-blowing. So when DQ asked me how I would tell the world, I said... Sounds better in Italian.
Pretty impressive, Liz. Any blizzard, like confetti cake, now in a fresh-baked waffle cone. This is fan food, not fast food.
Hello everybody, good to be with you. I'm Ceci Gutierrez with your local weather report from the One News Weather Center. And it is brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer, Toyota. Let's go places. Begin with a quick look at your headlines. Variable conditions expected during the next few days and dry and pleasant overnight tonight. Weather disturbance promising to bring a bit of an unsettled scenario as we head into Tuesday night. A slight chance of showers, so overall dry and pleasant for the overnight hours into this Tuesday. As we head into the end of the week and into the weekend, a drying trend and temperatures moderating even more. Here's a quick look. Temperatures during the past 24 hours in the mid-70s was the high. Mid-60s should be the normal high. And 41, the low 40. We are right where we should be for this time of the year as far as the low temperature is concerned. A few degrees still above average registering this afternoon across Moses Lake. 38 was the low and no precip accumulation. Here's a quick look at the conditions right outside your door, right around the 70-degree mark with that wind out of the southeast and a bit of a cloud cover scenario, but overall dry conditions this evening and into the overnight hours. We notice some cloud cover increasing, but overall dry weather. Here's that disturbance as we head into Monday morning along the immediate coastline and moving into but dismantling as it approaches our region. Therefore, we're still keeping that slight chance of rain across the basin. Here's a quick look at the conditions expected for this Tuesday afternoon. Over to the northwest is where we expect a greater possibility of rain to develop. Dry overall across Tri-Cities. Monterey looking at mostly sunny skies for this Tuesday afternoon. Mid-70s for Spokane with sunny skies. Closer look across the basin with partly to mostly clear skies, and these temperatures expected to remain around the 80-degree mark with mostly sunny, a bit of a cloud cover scenario expected to continue over to the west. And now let's take a quick look. During the next few days, overall our temperature is expected to remain a few degrees above average. Mid-60s should be the normal high. Dry conditions for this Tuesday into Thursday, a slight bump in the road as we head into Tuesday night and Wednesday with a slight chance of rain. But overall, dry conditions, and we notice these temperatures moderating as we head into Thursday and into the weekend. Mid-70s expected to continue Sunday into Monday. Stay tuned. In a few moments, we'll be right back with sports segment brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi. Hi, I see here on my glasses that it's your sales event.
Yeah, we have low APR financing and some great lease offers. Check out the bold new Camry.
Wow, that's really nice. I gotta get a closer look. Wow, there's so much stuff.
Careful.
If I could just see where I was going.
Right now, you can lease a new 2015 Camry for $199 a month with $750 lease bonus cash. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan.
Now this is cool.
That's easy to see.
Toyota, let's go places.
Moses Lake opened a 3-game series with a win over Eastmont. The Chiefs were looking to get out the broom when the Wildcats came to town Friday. That didn't happen, but the team took 2 of 3 to keep a firm grasp on second place.
The Chiefs dropped the first game 9-8. Eastmont struck first with 6 runs in the top of the second. Moses Lake answered back with 5 in the bottom of the frame. The Wildcats added 1 in the 5th and 2 in the 6th. Moses Lake had runners on second and third with 1 out, but couldn't bring one home to force extra innings. The Wildcats took an early 1-0 lead in Game 2. A single and 2 hit batters loaded the bases for Eastmont. Kevin Cosper fanned the next 2. Chiefs catcher Nathan Ball tried to pick off a Wildcat on second for the 3rd out, but the throw was low and the runner scored from third. The bags were full of Chiefs on 3 consecutive singles to start the bottom of the second. An RBI ground out by Carson Fisk scored Ball from third to tie it 1-all. Ball tripled in the bottom of the 6th and then scored the winning run off a wild pitch. Cosper bounced back from a shaky start to fan 11 Wildcats and record the win.
Moses Lake trails Wenatchee by 4 and leads Davis by 2 with 3 games left in the regular season. The Chiefs close out with a 3-game series with West Valley, beginning with a single game at home on Tuesday. Quincy got goals from Edwin Vasquez and Axel Medina, and the Jacks shut out Toppenish 2-0 on the pitch. Vasquez found the Wildcat net 30 minutes into the fuss to give Quincy a 1-0 lead at the break. Medina scored at the 70th minute to seal it. Quincy moves to 5-0 in CWAC play with the win. Eastmont turned back Moses Lake 2-1 at Lions Field.
The Chiefs, desperate for a win to stay alive in the postseason race, went up 1-0 on an Anthony Cortez goal 14 minutes in. The Wildcats leveled it as the first half was winding down. Eastmont got a ball past keeper Grant Brunel early in the second half and then held on for the W. Moses Lake falls to 4-6 with the loss. The Chiefs still have an outside shot of making the playoffs, but must win their last 2 and have Sunnyside drop its final 3 matches.
The Washington Huskies picked up another commitment to the 2015 recruiting class. Hazen High School star Dominic Green chose the Huskies after being released from his commitment to Arizona State. The 6'7" small forward is rated as a 4-star recruit by ESPN.com. With a 6'11" wingspan, Green is known as being an above-average defender with big-time scoring potential. With only 2 returning starters, Green will compete for a spot in the Huskies' starting rotation next fall. The Seattle Sounders picked up a much-needed 3 points at home against the Timbers. It was the 91st meeting between the 2 teams and a pretty uneventful match until the 77th minute. In the first half, there was only 1 shot on goal for both teams combined. In the 77th minute, Sounders forward Andy Rose took a shot that was deflected by the Timbers keeper, but star striker Clint Dempsey was there to tap the ball into the back of the net. The lone goal was all Seattle needed as they took the contest 1-0. Dempsey now has 4 goals on the young MLS season. Seattle has beaten Portland in 4 of their 5 past meetings. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local Ephrata Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that
our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about Grant County Fire District 5 Captain Jim Thorne, who was recently honored by his fellow firefighters for his inspiration to the department. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
Grant County Fire District 5 Captain Jim Thorne was honored with the Fire District's first Inspiration Award for touching the lives of his fellow firefighters. Thorne, who has been fighting cancer for the past 7 months, was handed the first such award during a District 5 family banquet Friday night. In a show of support for Thorne, who was undergoing chemotherapy treatments and has lost his hair, many of the firefighters have been getting their heads shaved. District 5 Captain Mike Evans is one of them. Evans and others with the Firefighters Association presented the award to Thorne. Evans explained what the award to Thorne was all about.
There's certain individuals in your life that inspire you, where they just their presence makes you smile. And if you could be just a quarter of that person, and if you were to accomplish that, that's the goal. And it's like, there's just certain individuals out there that do that. So that's the reason why we're here.
Evans described the firefighters as a brotherhood. He said they watch out for each other's well-being. Thorne expressed his gratitude to the firefighting families that filled the fire station on State Route 17 at Nelson Road.
Speechless. I've been around a lot of you for many years. Some newer people I've just met in the last few years. I can't say I've never met a more fantastic, outstanding group of people in my life. All the care and support you showed me and the family these last 5, 6, 7 months has been incredible. And in some ways this doesn't surprise me, that the support that I get, like Mike was saying, the brotherhood and sisterhood. In other ways, it's just almost too much to take in. I don't know what to say. I'm just very happy. I'm just glad to be here. And I keep fighting every day. I'm coming back.
Recently, some 30 firefighters around District 5 gathered to get their heads shaved, then took a group photo for Thorne. Many of those firefighters have kept their heads shaved, some even doing it Friday night before the dinner. I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
We'll be right back after this.
Have you been to iFiber1.com? The most up-to-date news in the Columbia Basin is just one click away. With news, sports, and weather, you can stay in the know with what's going on in your community. Read your news on the go by visiting iFiber1.com on your tablet or even your phone. Follow us on Facebook for quick updates and discuss the news with others in our area. Your #1 news source in the Columbia Basin is iFiber1.com. Check it out today. What's white and yellow and red all over? If you said the local book telephone directory, the one with the purple sunset on the cover, then you're right. In print and online at statewideyp.com, it features up-to-date local maps, community information, and a calendar of events. With a restaurant dining guide with full local menus and a reverse directory, you're sure to find the number you're looking for. It's the best way to get the information you need. Pick up a copy of the local book today or visit statewideyp.com.
Welcome back. Grant County students face changes to school vaccination standards for next school year. Students in kindergarten through 8th grade are now required to have 2 doses of the varicella vaccine for chickenpox or verification from a healthcare provider that the child has had the disease. High school students are not required to get the vaccinations for next year, but they will be starting in the 2016-2017 year, according to Katie Wolt with the Department of Health's Office of Immunizations and Child Profile. Under existing statutes, all students must have the following vaccinations to attend school: 3 doses of the hepatitis B vaccine, 4 of the polio vaccine, 2 doses for measles, mumps, and rubella, 5 doses of the DTaP vaccine for diphtheria, tetanus, and pertussis, and 1 dose of Tdap vaccine for students in grades 6 to 12. Parents choosing to not vaccinate their children must have a completed certificate of exemption form signed by themselves and a medical provider on record at their child's school. A Union Gap woman was injured in a collision with a semi-truck Saturday morning on State Route 243, about 14 miles south of Mattawa. According to the Washington State Patrol, Adela Cuevas Valdivinos, a 51-year-old woman, was stopped at a stop sign at the intersection of State Route 24 and SR 243. She reportedly attempted to make a left turn onto SR 243 and was struck by an oncoming Freightliner semi-truck. Cuevas Valdivinos was taken to Memorial Hospital in Yakima for her injuries. The driver of the semi-truck, 40-year-old Mattawa resident Paul E. Stout, was not injured. The State Patrol issued Cuevas Valdivinos a ticket for failing to yield the right-of-way. Volunteers are needed to help clean up graffiti in the Larson community on Saturday, May 2nd. The Light of Larson Ministry and Christian Motorcycle Association from the Tri-Cities are looking for people to cover the graffiti in the neighborhood from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Paint and supplies will be provided along with a barbecue at Doolittle Park. For more information, contact Art Brown with the Light of Larson at 509-350-3720. In Northwest news, a student gunman was tackled by school staff after firing shots at a Lacey High School. It happened Monday morning at North Thurston High School. Police say a 16-year-old student fired 2 shots into the ceiling of the school. A teacher and the principal tackled the suspect and held him until officers arrived. No one was hurt by gunfire. School was canceled for the day, and students all filed into the football stadium to be picked up by their parents. A Seattle family turns grief into something good. After losing their son in an accident more than a decade ago, they're honoring his memory by giving 2 of his classmates an incredible gift. Como's Cale Thompson has the story.
Whose house is that at?
Oh, Grandma, Grandpa.
Yeah.
Time is healing a deep and painful wound for Kristen and Brian Jeans. 11 years ago, their son, Tanner, died in a tragic bicycle accident. Tanner was only 7.
It was a very tough day when that happened. He was just such a happy kid.
The Jeans knew they wanted to honor Tanner's memory, so they channeled donations after his death into a memorial scholarship to the University of Washington. By 2010, there was enough money for 2. The scholarships were held until this year, when Tanner would have graduated Mount Si High School.
Oh my gosh, it was very emotional. It was just tears everywhere.
Nikki Mostofi and Sean Highland would have been Tanner's classmates and walked the stage with him at their upcoming graduation. Cell phone cameras were rolling when the 2 learned they were chosen.
You are absolutely a top candidate.
It is life-changing on both sides.
In a lot of ways, I don't think I'm quite deserving of it, but I'm very honored to be able to accept this.
I think that's a big honor for me to be able to live the life that he can't.
For Tanner's family, finally awarding the scholarships ends a long and emotional journey.
It's a little bit of like closure and thank you at the same time.
But the milestone is also bittersweet.
It still hurts. I wish he was here going to college. You know, if I could have it my way, that's how it would be. So this is the next best.
And that's going to do it for us here at I-501 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.